Hello subscribers, so we're on to Food Friday. 10 common sense nutrition tips. You can let me know what you think. You might have some more common sense nutrition tips, but I'll share mine. If you've got some more, pop them in the chat and let me know. So number one, my top tip is make a plan. Get it out of your head and onto paper or on your phone or onto your iPads, wherever, but just get it out your head. Okay, so make a plan of your meals. What are you going to eat next week? What snacks are you going to eat? And plan your shopping. So I've seen a few clients this week who have all came in and give me a rough idea of what they're eating. We looked at their height and their weight, and they're massively under eating. So they're not eating enough calories to fuel their bodies. Okay, so this 10 common sense nutrition tips. I'm not telling you here to lose weight, although if that's your goal, what you want to be doing is looking at having a calorie deficit. But also check in, are you eating enough calories to fuel your body? If you need any help with it, let me know. Okay, so make a plan. What you're going to eat, what are your meals going to be, what are your snacks going to be? For me, I always have to look at my busy days. So I'm not someone who can meal prep for an entire week, because when it gets to Thursday, I'm like, don't want to eat that. So I tend to look at my busiest days of the week, busiest evenings, busiest lunch times, when it's going to be difficult to cook. And I'll meal prep then, so it might be whatever I have for dinner the night before, I'll make enough for 2 extra portions for lunch for me and David the next day. Or it might be, if I've got time, I'll make a bigger lunch and I'll make some for dinner the next day. So just have a look, how are you going to plan your week? Top tip number 2, identify what derails you and be ready for that derailment. So again, that could be if you've had a very busy day and it comes to 2 o'clock and you want a coffee and a cake or a coffee and a biscuit. This is my derailments. Your derailments might be completely busy. But what's going to derail you from eating healthy? Okay, and make sure you try and plan for it. A lot of people I see derailments are that they're busy. So if you go back to tip 1 and make sure you're prepared, that might help you for the derailment of being busy. Top tip number 3, rewards. Do you reward yourself? So you think, oh, I've worked really hard this week. I'm going to have a glass of wine and a bottle of wine and a donut and a pizza, which is cool. If that's what you want to do, then that's cool. I'm not here to judge anybody. But if you have got certain health goals, is that the best reward you can give yourself? Could you reward yourself with maybe a nice candle? You know, something nice. Does it need to be a food reward? Next thing, identify, where am I on number 3? Number 4, identify food behaviours. So do you rush about? Do you eat standing? Do you take the time to eat your meal? And that can be a hard one if we've got a busy job. I spoke a lot with a few clients about this week. If you have a busy job, make sure you've got food that you can eat. So if you've got a busy day, perhaps you can have finger foods. So that's something I quite often like is chicken satay. They're quite handy. So if you're running into the supermarket to buy a quick lunch, are you going for the chocolate crisps and can of Coke? Or are you going into the supermarket and perhaps looking for maybe some protein, some water, and a bit of fruit? So have a look at your habits. Number 5, habits. What's the first thing you do when you get in? So again, for me, I will probably go straight to the fridge. And if that's the case, is there something healthy in your fridge? Balanced meals. Top tip number 6. Make sure your meals are balanced. Okay, protein, carbs, fat. Make sure you've got at least 30 grams of protein in every single meal. Number 7, alcohol. So alcohol is not great if you're perimenopausal woman. Alcohol is just going to spike your cortisol levels, and it's going to make you store weight. Fat. It is going to really affect your sleep, and then it's a knock-on effect from there Number 8, manage your stress. Make sure you've got a stress management toolbox, because sometimes when we're stressed, we don't tend to eat as well as we could. Number 9, sleep. These all the end ones all kind of link into one another. Sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're then not going to eat great the next day, and it's just going to end up in a never-ending cycle. So number 10, exercise. Make sure you're exercising. So if you're managing your stress, sleeping, exercising, then you are more likely to eat better choices, okay, or you should be. So if you're managing stress, sleeping, exercising, eating enough food to fuel your body properly, it's all good. Number 11, I said this was 10, but I've actually sneaked in an 11th one, hydration. Make sure you're drinking your water, stay hydrated. Subscribers, you have got access to a number of resources. You've got my 100 healthy recipes, you've got my gut health guide, you have my energy sources guide to calculate your macros. Not macros, macros is your protein, carbs, fat. Okay, it's your macronutrients. Your micronutrients is more your vitamins, vitamin C, electrolytes, stuff like that. We'll talk about that another day. Anyway, any other common sense tips, let me know. Bye.